Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well today. Today I have a rather large Bath & Body Works Empties video to share with you. It has been an amazing fall. I have really enjoyed pretty much everything that I've burned. I pushed myself outside of my comfort zone with a couple of these scents, but also burned some of my favorites and the classics that I love to burn every year. As with my other recent Empties videos, this particular Empties is just all Bath & Body Works. It's candles, hand soaps, Wallflowers, etc. I do have some Lush empties that I will also talk about briefly at the beginning of the video, but I will leave timestamps below. So if you're only interested in a particular portion of this video, you can click on the timestamps and it will take you directly to that portion of the video. As you can see, I have a lot of empties. I have been burning a lot of Bath & Body Works candles, really been enjoying them. As with all of my empties videos, I will show you what I have used, give you my thoughts, talk about the scents. So if you're interested in seeing what I have used and burned the last couple of months, let's get started. Okie dokie, I'm going to start with the Lush Empties. I use a Lord of Misrule bath bomb. I absolutely love this one. It comes back every year. It's a classic. It's earthy and cozy and I just love it. I used a Bewitched bubble bar. This one is another one that's come out for the past couple years, I believe. Really nice scent, nice dark purple water and lots of fluffy bubbles. I used this Magic Rabbit bath bomb. This one paired really nicely with the Bewitched bubble bar. It also has like sort of dark purple black waters and it was just a really nice combination. I hope they bring this one back again this coming spring. I used the In Real Life bath bomb. This was a UK exclusive and it was really beautiful waters. The scent was a little bit floral but not overly floral. I didn't enjoy it and I'm glad I was able to get a couple of these. I also used the Bat Art bath bomb. This was a new bath bomb out this Halloween from Lush. It was shaped like a bat and it was just really nice. It went really nicely with the Bewitched with that dark purple almost black water and I really enjoyed it. I've used the Polyamorous bath oil from Lush. I really like their bath oils, but I think that they are discontinuing these solid bath oils. This scent is really nice. I hope we still continue to see it out. Normally it comes out around Valentine's Day. I use this shaving soap from Destination Wax in the scent Apple Sage. This is a clean herbal blend of apples and light sage. This isn't heavy or cologne type. It's just very fresh and crisp and it's perfect for this time of year. I absolutely love this scent in wax and in soap form and would definitely get this one again. I finished this whipped soap in the Bathing Gardens Evernight. This is the Lush Twilight scent. So it's a creamy, sort of sweet, really pleasing lavender scent. I really like her whipped soaps to use as shaving cream. I don't use them as like soap to clean my body, but they're really great as shaving soap because they're very thick and luxurious and I really like them. So I will continue to repurchase her whipped soaps. I finished this little sample of the Lush Nana shower gel. It's sort of a almond extract sort of scent. It didn't really smell like banana to me. It was very like a thick shower gel and this was a free sample they had sent me, so I decided to go ahead and use it up. I don't know that I would have purchased an entire gel of it, but it was nice to try it. I used a couple of indie bath bombs as well. This is Crystal Bar Soap and I used Departed Voices and Creature of the Night. This was the first time I had tried this vendor. Her bath bombs all have crystals in them. They were just okay for me. They tend to sink because of the crystal. It's neat to get a crystal out of the bath bomb, but as far as like the water and how luxurious it was and how moisturizing the water was, I just didn't feel like they compared to the Lush bath bomb. So it was nice to try something new, but I probably would not repurchase. And then I also used a Loreworks indie bath bomb. This was in like the Jason mask and it was really cool. I really love her shower gels and bath bombs, so I'll definitely continue to repurchase from Loreworks. Okie dokie, moving on into the Bath & Body Works Empties. I only finished one body cream and that was in the Aromatherapy Balance Juniper and Coriander. Really enjoyed this scent. This was from last year. The scent itself is super strong, stays on your skin for a long time, and the scent itself is very invigorating and refreshing and just a fresh scent. And I really enjoyed it. I was hoping they would bring it back this year, but I haven't seen it, and I thought the packaging was really pretty. I did finish several hand creams because I've been washing my hands a lot. I've been using more hand creams, trying to keep them moisturized. I finished the Spice Gingerbread hand cream. I think this was from last year as well. Really enjoyed this one. It did smell like gingerbread. You got the spices that you associate with gingerbread, and I really enjoyed it. Crisp Morning Air, love this. This does not smell like the candle, which is a cologne scent. This is sweet, fresh, and crisp, and I really love it. And then, can you believe I did not use this. My partner finished this mahogany teakwood hand cream. Oh my gosh, this, I can't even smell it in the leftover in the container here because it is just a strong scent. I am not a fan of this. I know a lot of people love the scent. It smells like the Abercrombie, one of their like signature fragrances, but it's just not my cup of tea. We finished several Pocketbacs. My partner finished the Freshwater for Men, which is a fresh cologne scent and also very strong. At least it's strong to me. Every cologne scent I feel like is strong for me. And the Eucalyptus and Tea Stress Relief with the new packaging from this year. Really, this one's nice. It's very refreshing, invigorating. And I went ahead and finished up this Don't Quit Your Daydream, which is in Sweet Starquest scent. What does the Starquest smell like? Well, it's just really sort of a generic sweet scent. It was just okay. And then Vampire Blood, the classic Bath & Body Works Halloween scent. I think this is this year's packaging. I feel like I should remember, but I don't. Love this scent. It is a dark red sort of fruit punch scent. Not bright and light, but definitely sort of a darker red fruit, and I really enjoy it. I finished the Champagne Apple and Honey Pocketbac. This scent I did enjoy in the early fall. It's a very sweet, bright, crisp apple scent, almost bordering sort of on an apple candy. Not candied apple, but like an apple candy. So there's like a lot of sweetness in this, and it was nice for like a transitional scent from summer to fall. And then lastly, we finished the Pumpkin Apple and Crisp Morning Air in this year's packaging. Pumpkin Apple, of course, is just a classic. I absolutely love it. A quintessential fall scent. And then I've already talked about Crisp Morning Air. Absolutely love the scent in hand soap and Pocketbac form. It's just so refreshing and crisp and slightly sweet, and it's wonderful. Moving on into the hand soaps, we finished several hand soaps over the past couple months. I finished up this Harvest Table Gentle Foaming Hand Soap. This is citrus, cranberry, and sage. I've had this for years. I thought the packaging was kind of pretty, but not my favorite. The scent itself is pretty good. There is the sort of tart cranberry mixed with that earthy sage. Not my favorite scent, and I'm glad to kind of be done with this one. We finished the Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin Gentle Foaming Hand Soap. This is Harvest Pumpkin, Spice Clove, and Sugar Cane. This is a classic Bath & Body Works scent. You have the warm clove, you have the spicy cinnamon, and the pumpkin, and I was just really feeling the scent this year and really enjoyed it in hand soap form. We finished the Apple Hibiscus Gentle Foaming Hand Soap. This is apple nectar, hibiscus, and sweet orange. This was a really good transitional scent from summer to fall. It was a bright, sweet apple scent, and then mixed with that floral note. This definitely could be a scent you could use in spring, and I thought it was a good scent from a summer to fall transitional standpoint. We also finished the Crisp Morning Air Gentle Foaming Hand Soap. Again, I love this scent. This is Fresh Pine Juniper and Juicy Pear. The freshness paired with the sweetness, paired with that slightly woodsy aspect, just absolutely love the scent. We also used this deep cleansing hand soap in Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin, Harvest Pumpkin, Spice Clove, and Sugar Cane. Again, just was feeling the scent this year. I was glad to see some deep cleansing hand soaps come out. I really enjoy the deep cleansing form, although I found that we're not really seeing much deep cleansing. It seems like they are really pushing the gentle gel formulation, which is not my favorite. I just don't like that formulation at all. So I've actually been using a lot more foaming hand soap because I prefer the foaming to the gentle gel. But I hope we see deep cleansing make a comeback because it really is my favorite formulation other than the Creamy Luxe. I also finished the Sweater Weather Deep Cleansing Hand Soap, Sage, Eucalyptus, and Fresh Woods. Love this. This smells just like the candle. The Body Care is a different scent, but the hand soap, the cream, the Pocketbac, that all smells like the candle, and I just love it. It's fresh, invigorating, perfect for this time of year. I also use the Harvest Gathering Creamy Luxe Hand Soap. Again, I really like the Creamy Luxe. This one is fresh picked apples, autumn berries, and clove buds. It's just a really nice dried fruit and spice kind of scent. It reminds me of kind of a potpourri. Some people say it smells like a Michael's craft store this time of year, and I really like the formulation, and the scent itself stayed on my hand for a long time. And yes, another Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin. We used the Halloween version of Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin and the Perfect Pumpkin. Again, I was just feeling the scent this year in hand soap form and just really enjoyed it a lot. And the last hand soap is Vampire Blood in this year's packaging. I just thought it was such great packaging this year. I absolutely love it. I already talked about this scent. It's red berries, night blooming jasmine, and petrifying plum. A dark red fruit punch scent. Absolutely wonderful. Stays on your hands for a long time, and again, the packaging is just superb. So yeah, use a lot of hand soaps this fall. Let me know in the comments below which hand soap formulation you prefer. Do you like the deep cleansing? Do you like the gentle foaming? Do you like the new gentle gel or the Creamy Luxe? Let me know. I'm really curious what y'all like. Okay, moving on into home fragrance. I used several Wallflower bulbs this month. I used 2 Harvest Gathering. This Harvest Gathering was one of the old bulbs that didn't have the flat bottom. This is Fresh Picked Apples, Autumn Berries, Clove Buds. Love this scent. I've talked about it so many times. To me, it's a dried berries, dried spice, sort of potpourri vibe, Michael's Craft Store vibe, and I love it. Randomly used the Fresh Spring Blue Skies Wallflower. This is quite an old one, inspired by throwing open the windows on a breezy, perfect spring day, breezy air notes, blue water, and citrus. This was a nice, bright, fresh kind of scent. It was also one of the older ones that don't have the flat bottom, so I've been trying to kind of get rid of those that I have in that shape. I used a pumpkin apple and sweet cinnamon pumpkin, both classic fall scents. Really enjoyed both of them. I used the pumpkin clove and a white pumpkin. The pumpkin clove did not perform very well. It stopped a little bit before the halfway point, but the scent itself was nice until then. The white pumpkin performed beautifully. It really lasted almost the entirety of the bulb. The scent was really wonderful and strong. A really beautiful dry chai spice scent. I really, really loved that one and was really happy with the performance. And the last Wallflower bulb I used and I just put in recently is 'Tis the Season. This one has been really strong since I put it in and doing great. I love this scent this time of year. It just really pushes me into the Christmas spirit. Red Delicious Apple, Sweet Cinnamon Bark, and Cedarwood. This is just a classic Christmas scent. Love it. Okie dokie, moving on into the candles that I have burned the last couple of months for fall. Really have enjoyed so many of the things that I have burned. I disassembled the tower and I'm just gonna start from the top and work my way down. The first one I have here is White Balsam and Vanilla. First of all, this entire range was just really beautiful. The notes are fresh white pine, chilled forest air, and warm vanilla musk. This is I think it was Balsam and Birch in that Tree Test Lab collection, and it essentially smells like Marshmallow Fireside mixed with Balsam, which to me is just a fabulous combination. This one was quite strong. It was about a 7.5, 8. Had no problems with the strength and throw. The problem I had was the soot. You can see here how much soot is there and how much soot is around the bottom there. I probably could have burned this a couple of more times, but at this point in the burn, the scent itself became unrecognizable and it really just started smelling like sooty paraffin wax. This was a hot and fast burner, and I did keep the wicks trimmed, but even keeping the wicks trimmed, you can see on this last burn how much wick is there. Like if I were to burn this again, I would trim it down a little bit, especially because this had been sooty. Overall, the scent, really, really enjoyable. Really like that combination of the Marshmallow Fireside and the Balsam. I wish it wasn't as sooty as it was, but otherwise a really great candle. The next one I finished in that collection is White Pumpkin. Again, just such a beautiful collection, so pretty. This one was in stores. The other two were online exclusive. The notes are White Pumpkin, Autumn Spice Blend, and Ground Cinnamon. This has been out, I think, what, 3 or 4 years in a row now. Beautiful scent. It is a dry chai spice blend, not chai tea. You don't get any of like a tea aspect, but you get those dried chai spices, the cardamom, the other spices, and it's just cozy and warm and wonderful. Absolutely enjoyed it. This one was fantastic. The strength and throw was about an 8.5, 9. Really strong for me. Really enjoyed it. The burn was good. It was a little bit sooty. You can see some of the soot there. Fantastic burn. About a medium high burn. I kept the wicks trimmed just slightly. I didn't want to over trim, but this was one of those like really great, perfect Bath and Body Works burns, and I was really sad when the candle ended actually, because I could have definitely continued to burn it, and yeah, really loved it. Great performing candle. Will continue to repurchase it. And lastly in that collection, I finished the White Apple Oakwood. The notes are bright white apple, fresh bergamot, and birch wood. This is essentially an apple and bergamot scent. You definitely get a lot of that crisp apple, but the bergamot definitely comes in. It has a conceptual aspect to it. It's definitely a conceptual wearable scent, not like an edible apple scent. I did enjoy it. You have to like bergamot, I think, to be able to enjoy this scent. And I thought it was especially good for a summer to fall transitional scent. The burn on this one was hot and fast. This was a hot, fast burner. I kept the wicks trimmed, but you can see there is an awful lot of soot there. This was quite sooty. Definitely keep your eye on this one. Definitely keep their wicks trimmed. Definitely don't let it burn any more than maybe 2.5, 3 hours at a time. The strength and throw was about an 8.5. A very good strength and throw. I had initially picked up like 2 backups of this one. I decided to take one back in exchange, and I just kept one as a backup. I finished 4 candles in the Luminary collection, which I absolutely loved. I posted several of these pictures on Instagram of what these candles look like burning because they were just so pretty. I finished the Harvest Gathering, which is fresh picked apples, autumn berries, and clove buds. I've talked about the scent already in the video. I absolutely love it. It is a dried fruit, dried spice sort of potpourri blend. It makes you think of a Michael's craft store. It's absolutely wonderful. The burn on this was great. No issues. Not bad sooting at all. Burned itself out. Strength and throw is about an 8.5, 9. This one always is a really good performer for me. I absolutely love it. Medium, high burner where it wasn't like super hot and fast, but it had a nice wax pull every time. And yeah, I just absolutely loved it. This one was, again, beautiful when it was burning. The light would shine through these leaves, and I really enjoyed it and will always continue to repurchase this scent. I finished the Pumpkin Bonfire also in that packaging. The notes are white pumpkin, a bundle of clove buds, and glowing embers. This is the perfect Halloween scent, and I just absolutely love this one. It's a new scent this year, and it was fantastic. I hope they bring this back next year. I hope they package it as a Halloween scent. I think that would be phenomenal. You get a lot of warm clove, you get the pumpkin, and then you do get some of the fiery embers, the bonfire, but it's not super smoky. It's not like a fireside heavy scent. It's just wonderful and crisp, perfect for a cold night, and I absolutely loved it. The burn itself was great. The strength and throw was about an 8. It was a fantastic, a little bit sooty, but really overall a pretty decent burn. This was sort of a medium fast burner for me. I had heard that some people had got puny wicks on this one, so I was really careful not to over trim the wicks, but I didn't have any issues with it at all. It burned itself out. I love this scent. Definitely glad I have backups. Hope we see it return again. The next one I finished in that collection is Apple Weather. This is a returning scent from, was it 2 years ago or last year? This is fresh farm stand apples, lavender leaves, and cinnamon bark. I love this scent. Mostly a crisp apple scent, but you do get a little bit of that lavender shining through, and you definitely get something that makes you think of being outdoors in an apple orchard. To me, this is a great early fall scent, perfect for September. I absolutely love the scent. I think it was one of my top scents the year it came out. The burn itself was, again, another great burn. A little bit sooty, not horrible, burned itself out. Strength and throw was an 8.5, 9. Really nice and strong scent. Again, beautiful packaging. The luminary effect here was gorgeous. I hope we continue to see these luminary candles in the future. And yeah, loved it. Highly recommend it. And the last candle I finished in that particular collection is the Fall Farmhouse. The notes are spiced pumpkin, forest pine branch, and fresh fall air. This one also came out last year. This particular candle was an online exclusive. It wasn't in stores. And I really enjoyed this one again this year, just like I did last year. You get this woodsy pine aspect mixed with a little bit of a spiced pumpkin. And it does make you feel like you're outside. And I just love it. To me, this was a great scent to transition from like my fall scents into winter scents. And it was just fantastic. The burn itself, again, was good. This one was more sooty than the others. You can see the wax discoloration at the bottom. This one was a little bit hotter and faster than some of like the Harvest Gathering and Apple Weather. I did keep the wicks trimmed, try to keep this one down to like a 3-hour burn. Beautiful, gorgeous luminary effect. But overall, a great burn, strong, just sort of your typical Bath & Body Works performance that I really enjoy. The next one I finished is the Blackberries and Basil. The notes are fresh blackberries, sparkling champagne, and basil. I really enjoyed this one, and I'm sort of kicking myself for not picking up additional ones. When I smelled it on cold sniff, it was okay. I was like, oh yeah, to me it kind of registers more as a spring scent, and I do feel like it would be a great spring scent, but I really enjoyed it as a transitional scent at the beginning of September, sort of the end of August. You do get that sort of dark, juicy blackberry mixed with a sort of slightly bubbly, effervescent scent. There is something there that makes you think of a drinkable scent. And there is a little bit of fresh basil, which I thought did come through quite nicely when it was burning. And that green aspect mixed with the fruit and the champagne sort of has a bitter note. So you have a sweet, a green, and like a little bit of a bitterness. It all was just really, really nice and balanced each other wonderfully. I really enjoyed the scent, and it was quite strong. I would say the strength and throw was probably like a 7.5, 8. It was fine for me. I think some people said it was kind of light, but I thought it performed really nicely. Just a great burn overall. I did keep the wicks trimmed just slightly on this one. And yeah, I really enjoyed this one a lot more than I thought I would. I did finish the single wick in vanilla birch. This came out last year. The notes are white birch bark, Madagascar vanilla, and warm sandalwood. Really like this scent. I had picked up a couple of single wicks last year and decided I'd go ahead and use it. For a single wick candle, the strength and throw was adequate. You know, it was like a 3.5. Good for a single wick. I put it in my master bathroom. The burn itself was actually pretty good. I did keep it in a candle sleeve. You can see it actually didn't soot very much. I kept the wick trimmed, and there's a bit of residue here, but it pulled out fully and really didn't have an issue. So I don't really gravitate toward the single wicks typically, but sometimes I'll randomly pick up a couple here and there. So love this scent. I'm glad it continues to come back every year. As a cousin to vanilla birch, I finished this wine cellar. The notes are red fruit, rare patchouli, and a touch of saffron. This is from like 2016. I picked up several of these this year and have been burning through them. Love wine cellar. It is not the same as vanilla birch. They are definitely cousins, but wine cellar just is a darker, deeper, different scent. To me, vanilla birch makes me think of like wine cellar's summer cousin, whereas this definitely makes me think of like fall, and there's a coolness to this, which I love. I feel like there's just more patchouli in this one than there is vanilla birch, and I just love it. They brought it back, I think, last year, the year before, but they did not bring it back this year. So I'm glad I have backups because I continue to love it. The burn on this one, very clean, very good. The strength and throw is about a 6.5, 7. And yeah, I love it. I love this scent, and I hope they continue to bring it back because I think I only have like 2 backups now. So when I start getting down to the wire like that, I'm like, oh, fingers crossed they're going to bring it back soon. But vanilla birch is a good substitute, but it's not exactly the same. I finished 4 of the candles from the new fall bakery collection. This one is pumpkin snickerdoodle. The notes are warm sugar cookies, ground cinnamon, and fresh nutmeg sprinkled with sugar. I think these labels are actually pretty cute, and they have the pumpkin lids. Is this just a repackage of the sugar snickerdoodle candle? I think that they are very similar. If you like sugar snickerdoodle, I think you'd like this one. There might be slight nuance differences between the two. Overall, I really enjoyed the scent. You get that snickerdoodle base, the cinnamon cookie, nice sugar cookie with a warm, not overly spicy or red hot cinnamon, but just a nice cinnamon cookie scent. The burn on this one was good, no issues. A little bit of soot, not horrible. A nice medium burner. I trimmed the wicks just slightly, but was careful not to over trim. Strength and throw was about a 7.5, 8. No issues there, and I really enjoyed this one. The next one I finished in that collection is the pumpkin cupcake. Again, a really cute label. The notes are whipped buttercream, Madagascar vanilla, pumpkin spice, and freshly baked cupcake. This is a classic Bath & Body Works scent that tends to come out every single year. You get pumpkin spice, you get a vanilla cupcake with buttercream icing, and it's a really nice pumpkin bakery scent. The burn on this one was fine. It did start to struggle a little bit around the halfway point. The wicks got pretty small. You can see I did not quite finish burning this one. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see the discoloration of the wax. It was a nice pink color, and then you see how brown it is. With the last burn before this one, it stopped smelling like pumpkin cupcake and it started to smell like sooty burnt wax, which does tend to happen with some of these vanilla bakery scents. This one was not very sooty. It was a slower burning candle, sort of about a little bit of medium. I did keep the wicks trimmed just a little bit. The strength and throw was about a 6.5, so still adequate. And yeah, I'm fine with it. I sort of expect this type of scent, especially this candle, because this kind of happens every year, to have this issue with the last burn. I could have burned it again, but again, with the change in the scent, I decided to just call it done. The next one I finished in this collection is Dutch Apple Waffle. Really, again, I like the label. The notes are warm buttermilk waffles, baked apple slices, and ground nutmeg. And everyone was really excited when this one came out, including myself. You definitely get a bakery component here. I also get a caramel apples. So it sort of smells like a caramel apple pie with a light spice. Some people were comparing it to the caramel apple scent from last year. And while there are similarities, it's definitely not a repackage because there is a bakery component to this. The issue I had with this was it was a bit lighter. It was about a 5, maybe 5.5, so about a medium strength and throw. I really wanted it to be really strong and sort of the typical Bath & Body Works performance, but it just wasn't. It was adequate though. I put it in my office and I was able to enjoy it, and the burn was great. No issues at all. I did not over trim the wicks here. This was a medium fast burner. Very clean, not much soot. I did keep it in a candle sleeve. Overall, I really enjoyed the scent, but I wish it was a bit stronger. And the last one I have in that collection is pumpkin cookie dough. This was an online exclusive. The notes are homemade cookie dough, creamy pumpkin, and cinnamon sugar. I really enjoyed this one. You definitely get a cookie dough, sort of a sugar cookie base. It doesn't have like a brown sugar cookie base, but definitely more of a sugar cookie base. But you get the dough. You definitely get like you're in the process of making cookies, and you also get the spice. So in contrast to the pumpkin snickerdoodle, which is a baked cookie like out of the oven, this one almost feels like you're prepping that cookie and you're about to put it in the oven, so you get that doughy raw dough aspect. I actually liked it. The strength and throw was about a 6.5, 7. Not as strong as some of the others, but really adequate for a bakery scent. The burn was great, no issues, very little soot, burned itself out. This was a medium fast burner. I did trim the wicks just slightly, kept it in a candle sleeve, and it's nice to get a new scent from them, especially a new bakery scent. I finished, or almost finished, a summer boardwalk in August, the end of August, beginning of September. The notes are caramel glazed popcorn, warm taffy apples, salty sweet cream. This one is a classic Bath & Body Works scent. It does come out in summer, but to me it registers as a summer to fall transitional scent. It is a carnival in a jar. I love the salty popcorn. You get the caramel, the taffy apples. It's a really great scent, and also known to be a really strong scent. The strength and throw of this one was about an 8.5, so it wasn't as strong as I've had in previous years. The burn was fine, really no issue. A little bit of sooting, you can see there the discoloration of the wax. I was gonna finish it, but I just kind of got tired of it, oddly. It was almost a little bit too sweet for me this year, and I just wanted to move on to something else. So I didn't quite finish it, but I thought I would still talk about it anyway. I finished a Honeycrisp apple. This is this year's packaging. I thought that was really pretty packaging. I love the contrast of the gray and the red. The notes are golden Honeycrisp, apple blossom, and fresh sugarcane. And this is your authentic fresh Macintosh apple. You get the rind of the apple. Imagine biting into a fresh apple, and then you have like the juice that runs down your mouth because the apple is so fresh and juicy, and it's just perfectly sweet, and I love it. It's a great September scent. They bring this one back pretty much every year, and I had no issues with it. The strength and throw is about an 8.5, 9. The burn was good, a little bit sooty, but nothing too over the top. I did keep the wicks trimmed. This was a faster burner, and I only burned it about 3 hours at a time. Overall, it's a great scent. I love that it comes back every year. If you like your apple scent, then I definitely recommend this one. The next one I finished in that collection is Acorn Lane. Again, really like the packaging here. The notes are autumn leaves, warm cinnamon, and crisp gala apple. And the candle fan on Instagram said that this was chestnuts and clove buds with apple, and I totally agree with that. As soon as I saw that he had said that, I was like, yes, that's actually a perfect description. You definitely get a warm cinnamon stick. You get a warm clove. There's sort of a woodsy, outdoorsy element, and then the sweet apple is underneath and adds a little bit of sweetness. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Really enjoyed the scent. This one also was quite strong. It was an 8.5 strength and throw, and the burn was good, quite clean. It burned itself out. This was a medium fast burner, so I did trim the wicks just a little bit, but they are kind of tiny wicks, so I was careful not to over trim these particular wicks. And overall, just another great candle. The next one I finished is the sugared pecan pie. This was an online exclusive, and I love this chalkboard look. I just think it's really cute. The notes are gooey brown sugar filling, toasted pecans, and homemade pie crust. And this is one that I sort of pushed myself outside of my comfort zone to try. It is quite similar to pumpkin pecan waffles as far as that like brown sugar pecan base. The bakery notes are different. This bakery note actually reminds me of the bakery note in the pumpkin cookie dough, in that it doesn't feel like a cooked pie crust or a cooked dough. To me, when this was burning, it felt like I was making the pecan pie. I had the brown sugar, Karo syrup, pecan mixture. I had a pie crust that was pressed out but wasn't baked yet, and maybe I was about to put it in the oven. So there is a doughy element to this that sort of makes it different than some of the other pecan scents that have a baked waffle or pie crust element. It was okay. Like, it wasn't my favorite. I'm still not a huge fan of this kind of pecan type scent, but it was okay, and I'm glad that I tried it. It was strong. The strength and throw was probably about an 8.5, 9, so strong, typical Bath & Body Works performance. The burn was good. It was nice and clean, not much soot. This one was a little bit of a faster burner. You can see how much wick is left, and this one actually did burn itself out. so I would like trim the wicks every time. But no issues overall. You know, it was nice to try something different. Not one that I would necessarily repurchase or clamor to get again, but it was nice to try something different for me. The next one I have is Toasted Coconut Mocha. Again, the packaging here is so cute. It reminds me of the old school Sweet Shop collection. I think it's super cute. The notes are steamed milk latte, toasted coconut shavings, and mini marshmallows. And I actually didn't finish this one, but I still wanted to talk about it. I am gonna just put this on my shelf and save it for next year. First off, this one is super strong, like a 9.5. I mean, it was so strong that at times I had to blow it out because it was a little bit too strong. This smells like a coconut macaroon. I'll do a slide screen here in case you don't know what that is, but it is a baked coconut dessert. When this is burning, as far as a mocha note or a chocolate note, I don't really get that. It might add some kind of underlying sweetness, but what I really get is this pretty distinct baked coconut macaroon. It's very edible, very delicious smelling, and if you like a bakery coconut scent, I think you'd really like this one. It's actually really good. The burn thus far had been absolutely fine. You see how clean it is. Even though it's a super strong candle, it's not a super hot burner. This is how it looks after I put it out. So you can see the wicks are kind of small. I would actually probably just barely trim off this very little tip here. And in actuality, I might just light it the way it is without trimming it. But I can't speak to the entirety of the burn. I'm right at the halfway point here. But yeah, I mean, I'm impressed with it. This is another one that I pushed myself outside of my comfort zone. I didn't finish it because I wasn't in the mood for like a coconut bakery scent. I think this would be a really good August scent for me personally. I finished some of my 75% off candles that I picked up at the summer semi-annual sale. I finished this Marshmallow Fireside. This is from last year's winter packaging. The notes are toasted marshmallow, smoldering woods, fire roasted vanilla, and crystallized amber. This is a classic Bath and Body Works scent. It smells like the perfectly toasted marshmallow scent. The burn on this one was fantastic. A little bit of soot, but not horrible. It burned itself out. I did trim the wicks on this one just slightly. These are kind of small wicks. So be careful not to over trim. Overall, a great scent. Strength and throw was like a 7.5, 8, and I enjoyed it. I also finished the Spiced Apple Toddy, which is also leaves. This is a repackage of leaves. This was also one I picked up for 75% off. The notes are warm apple brandy, spiced plum, tart cranberry, and cinnamon stick. This is leaves, which is fall in a jar. Really nice, syrupy, almost sort of nectar-like apple cider type scent. I love to burn one of these every year. The burn on this one was good. The strength and throw was about a 7.5. Pretty clean, a little bit of soot in here, but not bad. I did trim the wicks on this one. This was a little like a medium fast burner. Overall, great, and again, 75% off. Really happy with that. I finished the pumpkin apple in last year's packaging. Again, another 75% off candle. Red Delicious Apple, Fall Pumpkin, Fresh Ground Cinnamon, and Clove Buds. This is a classic. You got the apple, you got the pumpkin, you got the spice. I just absolutely love this one. And the burn on this one and the strength and throw were really good. Typically, this one will start to give me issues around this point, so I was really able to finish this one and was quite happy with that. Strength and throw was about a 7.5. Burn was really good, pretty clean overall, no issues, and it's a scent that I continue to pick up every year. I also finished a sweet cinnamon pumpkin in the 75% off packaging from last year. Warm cinnamon, fresh ground clove, vanilla cream, and brown sugar. I was really feeling this scent this year, as I've already mentioned. You get the warm clove, a warm cinnamon, a slightly spicy hot cinnamon, and the pumpkin. It's just a classic. There's also like this woodsy note that sort of gives it a nice earthy, woodsy kind of element. Good burn. This was a hot and fast one, so there is a bit of soot here. I did keep their wicks trimmed. Strength and throw was about an 8. Really enjoyed it, and I do continue to purchase this one every year. It's a classic for a reason. Continuing with the pumpkin scents, I finished the pumpkin clove in this year's what I'm calling the Bob Ross painting collection. The notes are clove buds, ground cinnamon, a pinch of nutmeg, and fresh pumpkin. I'm glad this one returned this year. This one is warm clove mixed with pumpkin. Where the sweet cinnamon pumpkin, that cinnamon dominates. This one you definitely get that clove, and it's just a nice change of pace from sweet cinnamon pumpkin. This one had a strength and throw about a 7.5. The burn was okay. It was sooty, kind of a mess at the bottom because I moved the candle before it had re-solidified at the very end. But it sooted a good bit, and a good bit more than I would have wanted it to. I did keep the wicks trimmed on this one as well. Overall, a great scent. I just wish it wasn't as sooty. And the last candle I finished in the last couple months for fall is the Pumpkin Vanilla Cream. The notes are creamy pumpkin, vanilla cream, fresh ground nutmeg, and graham cracker crust. And this one is very similar. we'll call it a repackage with a slight twist of pumpkin pie. You definitely get that graham cracker. You definitely get a pumpkin pie filling. I think this one has a wee bit more nutmeg than the pumpkin pie candle, but that's really just like splitting hairs. I think most people aren't going to notice the difference, and I think that if you like pumpkin pie, you're going to like this one. To me, it definitely smells like an edible pumpkin pie type scent. I did love the fact that this had an orange vibrant glass. This one performed pretty well. It was also quite sooty. It's a little bit more difficult to see, but the wax is sort of sooty and there is soot on the sides here. This was another one that was a medium fast burner, kept the wicks trim, try not to burn it any more than like 3.5 hours. Strength and throw was about an 8.5, so very good. I enjoyed it and I would definitely get it again next year. Okie dokie, y'all, that is it. That is all of my Bath & Body Works empties for the past 2.5 months, I think. Basically all of my fall empties. A lot of amazing candles. I mean, I really burned quite a lot. And overall, really great success with everything. Bath & Body Works candles still reign supreme for me in my home. I just find the most enjoyment out of them as far as strength and throw and performance. Let me know in the comments below what you have been burning throughout fall, or any of the candles here, any of your favorites. Did you burn anything that you love that I didn't burn? If so, let me know. I always love to hear your recommendations. I know that I'm not the best at responding back to some of the comments, but I do try to get to them eventually, although sometimes my comments are delayed. But I do read every comment, and I love to hear your suggestions. If you like this video or found it helpful, please leave a thumbs up. If you'd like to see other videos like this, please subscribe. If you watch this video in its entirety, leave me a fall emoji below. Anything that makes you think of fall or Halloween. I always love to interact with y'all and love to see what the emojis are, especially that we have new emojis now on Apple. So I'd love to see if we can incorporate any of the new ones. Thank you as always for all of your support on all of my videos. I greatly appreciate it. I know that I'm not one to upload a lot of videos or daily videos or even weekly videos. So I do appreciate those of you who stick around and still continue to support me and watch my videos. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.